Let's go, Broncos country. Let's go, Denver Broncos. Orange and Blue today, presented by RamosLaw.com. Cecil Lammy here to talk about the kick-ass, real freaking naughty Denver Broncos win over the Philadelphia Eagles. What are the three things, the biggest things we learned from the Broncos win over the Eagles? Here to talk about that today with you. Here to take your comments in the chat room live. How did it go down? How did the Broncos pull it off, the victory? And then, what are those biggest things that we can learn? Life's a lesson, Carnal. You got to learn in this thing. And I think we learned with the Denver Broncos, and it is absolutely glorious. Riding the high from the post-game show, it's here to talk to you again today. Cecil Lammy with Andrew Mason on assignment as Mase is headed towards London. So we wish him well in his travels. We hope to see him very soon on these airwaves. And of course, the conversation continuing about the Denver Broncos. I want you to jump in the live chat right now. And after the show is done, I want you to jump in the comment section down below. What did you learn from the Broncos win over the Eagles? And let's break it down on today's program. And how you feeling, Broncos country, on this day when it is simply awesome to see this team out there victorious, feeling good, looking good, playing some good football. How do you feel about it? I want to know, because for me, feeling really good. Still on a Monday, no case of the Mondays here. It was all Broncos, all love, all the time. And we're going to talk about it. And again, the greatest thing about this game, this beautiful game, it's beautiful, man. Still have no idea why I go snowball on this show at times. It's beautiful, man, because it's so tough to win in this league. This game should be celebrated, and it should be something to build off of. What did we learn from the Broncos win over the Eagles? I want your comments in the chat room. Here's my three things that we learned. And I'm going to break these all down on today's show. So I'm going to go over them, and then I'm going to talk about each one. Going to take your comments here on Orange and Blue today. Number one, they can beat anybody. Now, I got that. I think it was Mike in the chat room yesterday. Totally stole it from him. Talked about it all day on Dover and Cecil. Thanks again for making us number one. Feels great, baby. Feels great to have this Broncos win because they can beat anybody. It's incredibly important in this game where you can go out and you can strike in that way, in that manner. Now, along with they can beat anybody, because they just took down the world champs undefeated in their place, where the Broncos haven't won since Gary Kubiak and John Elway split time. And to the Denver Broncos today, I'm going to toast the Mountain Dew Zero, not lessening my caffeine intake today, not just yet, but maybe someday I will. But today I'm going to talk about beating anybody. The rest of your schedule, you have some tough teams. You're going to have some surprise teams, and maybe you drop one against a team that you should not drop a game to. But in learning on this game, you can play with anybody, you can beat anybody, and tied in, this is tied into this as well. So it's not the second one. The number two one I'll say in just a little bit. The number one thing, you can beat anybody. And tied to that, 1A, if you will, is you don't have to play perfect football to do it. That is a sign of a very good team. Now, a good team, and the Broncos are very good, borderline towards that deep postseason run. There's one team in the elite, that is Buffalo. They are now not undefeated either. And I believe the last undefeated team hasn't won the Super Bowl since Payton Manning did it with the Colts. So if you're Buffalo, maybe you don't throw down those ducats for a Buffalo Super Bowl win. Maybe you do. I don't know. It's not gambling advice, just advice, just history. You didn't have to play perfect to win this game. And I think that's outstanding for the Denver Broncos, because there are in this game, like when things are going your way, you're like, you better capitalize on everything. That's why the smallest of plays, the the 3 and out when you're up 21-3, and then you have a 3 and out. That can come back and get you. Things are moving good. You get in field goal range. It's 21-3. All of a sudden, you get a penalty. Now you're out of field goal range. It's fine. You punt. No, it's not fine. When things are going good in football and in life, take advantage because they're not always going to go good. And you need to kind of be like that squirrel saving those nuts, trying to find a nut to move your butt to the dance floor. So, yo, what's up? I think that's CNC Music Factory. Either way, squirrel moment for me because I appreciate how this team didn't play perfectly. Don't give me the stupid refs, Philly fans. It was raining today in Denver. It was the tears of Philly fans. So I don't want to talk about the stupid refs. The refs were terrible, and they were terrible for Denver and Philadelphia, both. But I want to look at, if this team played perfectly and every bounce went their way and every lucky play went their way and every third down went their way, if this game was played perfectly and they beat them by a point, you go, whew. I mean, that's a tough one. Probably not going to happen again. This game was 3/4 the Eagles dominating. Don't get it twisted. In 3/4 of football, the Philadelphia Eagles were in control. And then they lost control. And I think that's big for the Denver Broncos to build confidence to maintain what they've started this season with now a 3-2 record after 5. I love it because hey, we can get it done when we're not playing our best football. Did the Broncos play their best football yesterday? Yes or no? Yes or no? We all can say no. They didn't play their best football yesterday, and they beat the undefeated world champions in their place. So I really want you to think about that. Just let that resonate. Like, they beat the undefeated world champions in their place where they haven't won since 89 or whatever the number is. They did it in a comeback fashion. They were 1-112 when trailing by 14 entering the fourth quarter on the road in the franchise history. Now they have 2 wins doing that, trailing in the fourth quarter by 14 or more. They were 1-112. Now they're 2-112 in that record. So you love to see that for the Denver Broncos because it didn't go your way and you still won. I could easily make the argument, all of us could, that the Broncos should be undefeated right now. And what a conversation we'd be having. And I don't mind, I'm still upset about the Colts and the Chargers games, but I don't mind people jumping off the bandwagon. Go ahead, get out of here. Team doesn't need you. You didn't leave. You didn't believe in Bo Nix. You didn't believe in Sean Payton. You didn't believe they could go into Philadelphia and get that win. Now, it was going to be tough. It's always tough. And against those guys, it was going to be even tougher, and the Broncos got it done. Now, how did they do it? They did it with Sean Payton running the ball, 20 carries for JK Dobbins. Now, at the end of the game, because, it's Sean Payton, everybody. We know what Sean Payton's going to do. And it's like, okay, he's going to talk about running the ball, and then JK Dobbins is going to get 12 carries. He got 20. He got 20 carries. And I think that's absolutely fantastic for the Denver Broncos because it's something that you just don't see very often with a Sean Payton-led team. And it's the intent and sticking with running the football that is of paramount importance for the Denver Broncos. If we go back and we look at the time with Alvin Kamara, there's one game in 2020 when he got that many carries, 22, as a matter of fact. In 2019, Alvin Kamara got 0 games of 20 carries. In 2018, Alvin Kamara got 0 games of 20 carries. He had one game for 19. In 2017, as a rookie, he was a phenom, right? He had 0 games with 20 carries. So as I said on the postgame show, you can count on one hand of a bad woodshop teacher how many times Sean Payton has given his lead back 20 carries. I could look at Mark Engram, but I'm not going to belabor that right now. All I'm going to go and say is, what did we learn? We learned Sean Payton will lean on the run when he has to. And they had to. They had to. Tying in, I think I'm going to have a little subsection with every single thing that they learned, just because I'm a chatty blankety blanker. So they can beat anybody, and they can do it while not playing their best football. They can commit to the run. Sean Payton can commit to the run. And also on top of that, he can help Bo Nix in that manner. We all appreciate Bo Nix in his game. We all know that Bo is growing and getting better. No one should think that he's a finished product right now. Far from it. And at the same time, I said this on the airwaves. I talk a lot, so forgive me which show. I think it was Dover and Cecil. I said, Bo Nix needs, to not call his own plays yet, because when there's an audible, it seems like those plays don't work as well as what Sean calls. When they go tempo and it's just what Sean calls and you kill to another play if the coverage is different. So it's like two plays, but they're Sean plays. It's not Bo out there calling his own thing. He's not Jim Kelly with the K gun in the 90s. Not yet. He can get there. He's just not there yet. He's a second-year quarterback in his 5th game of the season. So I think it's great that you can run the ball, and not to take it away from Bo, but just to help Bo. Call it and run it. You spend the entire week preparing for this game. Call it and run it. Unless it's obvious, the defense knows exactly what you're going to do. Call it and run it. The less changing of the plays, in my opinion, for a young Bo Nix, the better right now. Eventually, he can learn and grow and continue to do more of that. And in fact, eventually, kind of like Drew Brees, just kind of let him do his thing, right? Sean Payton going to let him do his thing. And you love to see that. And then finally, my third point is Evan Engram got used. Okay. And I like the way JK Dobbins talked about Sean Payton figuring you out. JK Dobbins, new guy. Evan Engram, new guy. JK Dobbins, full belief in his coach. And that coach has now fed him the rock and led to Broncos victories. And this one, a huge one against the undefeated, at the time, defending world champions. But much like JK Dobbins said, like, hey, coach needs to kind of figure us out. And we're figuring him out and love the coach, all that. JK, very, very good. Evan Engram, you heard Bo Nix talk about it after the game. Evan Engram never said a peep. He missed a game, of course, due to the back injury, my neck and my back. But you never heard Engram complain. This is a spread it around offense. Well, feature Cortland Sutton and then spread the rest of it around. Lots of court. Thank you, court. And then spread the ball around. Evan Engram didn't complain at all. Sean Payton is figuring out how to best utilize Evan Engram. And I think just like JK can do more, and as is doing more, I believe that Evan Engram can do more there as well. So the three things that we learned: they can beat anybody. Sean Payton will commit to running the ball, and he's figuring out his players, mainly Evan Engram. What are your biggest takeaways from this big Broncos win? And tell me how you feel, Broncos country. I'm going to go through your comments, but first, a word from our sponsor. Today's episode of Orange and Blue Today is presented by Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Ramos Law was founded by Dr. Joseph Ramos, an attorney and ER doctor, to provide exceptional care to those injured in accidents. With a unique understanding of both medicine and law, the Ramos Law team is built to fight for you every step of the way. Experience the Ramos Law difference. Contact them today at ramoslaw.com. Andrew Mason on assignment as he travels to London. Be good to hear from Mase and wish him well in his travels as always. What did you learn? I want to know. Chat room, react to me. Sharon says, great brain dump last night after the show. OBT is a BFD. Thank you. Thank you. X Smasher says, what's up, Cecil? Flying high after putting the birds down yesterday. That's right. KW says, be in London too. Leave Thursday. If you see Andrew Mason, tell him what's up. Never in doubt. LOL. From the patient 1991. Yeah, it was a little concerning. But I want to call out the tweeters. Does that sound dirty? I want to call out the tweeters during the show that were jumping on Twitter/X and talking about how Bo Nix sucks and the Broncos suck and everybody sucks. Like, I put it this way on Dover and Cecil. When you get a plant, let's say it's a tomato plant, and you water it one time, if you don't immediately get a tomato, do you say gardening sucks? Tomatoes suck? Oh, I can't do this? Or do you have patience as it grows? Basically, I'm saying Bo Nix is a beautiful tomato. I'm Larry the cucumber, and Bo Nix is Bob the tomato. Anyway, no, you have patience. Have patience, man. And I think it's ridiculous when people make these bold proclamations. The Broncos are playing big boy football now. Yeah, and they're big boys too. So take that for data. All the Bo Nix haters, shut the hell up. Broncos doubters, shut the hell up. And yesterday's game hopefully did that for a little bit. But come back, say more, keep talking. Keep you talking, keep John, and let the Broncos keep winning. That would be fantastic. Jesus says, well, I say Orly plays, Jesus. He says, cease. We need a list of potential inside backers we could trade for. Let's Bo. Always enunciate the T. I have picked up through various channels, and I'm not talking YouTube, that the Saints are open for business. And we know that Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton are basically attached at the hip. Would you want Demario Davis? Missed this last game, I believe hamstring injury. Would you want Demario Davis? I know. Oh, I don't want a banged up old linebacker. Yeah, but can you really rely on Dre Greenlaw? You haven't seen him yet. Who knows what you're going to get when you do see him, and who knows how much he'll be able to play when he actually is playing. Hopefully he plays forever, and he's the best inside linebacker ever. But I'd kind of like some insurance policies, and not Drew Sanders coming back from injury. Got a Ben Powers update I'll tell you about in just a little bit either. Edward, great one, Edward. I learned that the Broncos are resilient and now on the radar. That's good. Good. Sharon says, I feel glad I never gave up on them. Feeling like the people who got off the bandwagon can just stay off. Very, very much so. Brian, the media critic, says BK is very special. Do you really mean that, Brian? Or are you just saying that? Let me know in the chat. Jermaine says, OBT, great win, man. I love that we have absolutely no fear. Go Broncos. Daryl, sorry, I can't read. I never learned to read. Moving forward, need to get Engram more involved in the offense. To that, I would say double true. Absolutely double true. Great win. I think KC plays tonight. They do against Jacksonville. And I've never said this before. Let's go Jaguars. I always think it's funny when Jacksonville fans like, you're missing. It's not Jaguar. It's Jaguar. Just go beat the Chiefs, please. For the love of God. Just beat the Chiefs. Nate says he learned Barron should cover tight ends more. I suggested it, I believe, in the Orange and Blue Today pregame show. Maybe you'd put Barron on a tight end because of your problems at inside linebacker. So there you go. McCocken? Does ESPN have an analyst opening? I'd like to apply. Well, check it out. I think their PR guy or HR guy is on Twitter. It was a form of rope-a-dope. The Eagles didn't have a chance to react. Loved it. Yeah, Sean Payton wanted a low-scoring first half. He believed it would be a low-scoring first half. And then he stuck around close enough to come back at a time when the Eagles could not come back. So there you go. Love that. So let me know, what did you learn? How cool would it be for Benito to break the sack record? I'm not saying you're wrong, Holy Diver. Rather have a Super Bowl. He would too, and you would too. But would it be cool? Yeah, because what is it? Strahan on the fake sack to Brett Favre? Because didn't Gastineau get all mad about it? Big mad, bro? Yeah. JK was such a crucial signing. That's what Trey says. Totally agree. JK Dobbins, fantastic. Fantastic from JK Dobbins there. Tyler says Bo Nix showed up when it mattered most. Only good teams can win after 3 quarters of lackluster football. Very, very true. And when the pressure was the highest, Bo Nix was his best. And I think that's a great sign for that young man. What else did you learn? Checking out the chat room here on Orange and Blue Today. Again, Andrew Mason going to London on assignment. What did you learn? Bo Nix needs to use his legs. He's athletic and very fast. I thought at times he wasn't, and then he did, and it led to a Broncos win. I don't think he can do it all the time. I don't want him to get hurt, But yes, a little bit more of Bo Nix's legs, I think, would be good. Chuck Maximus says, huge that they went for 2, that placed a different feel look on the Eagles offense, knowing 3 doesn't help. Sean Payton, the wheelbarrow, the huevos, the onions. He nutted up, man. It was huge, absolutely huge, and you love to see it. Nate says Mase is a Green Street soccer hooligan. What was the movie with Elijah Wood? Wasn't there a movie about that? Chat room, remind me. I've watched it. It was good, and I'm not a kickball fan at all whatsoever, but I thought it was pretty good. Elijah Wood was in it, I believe, and it was about some sort of soccer hooligans. Gage, what's up, Gage? Hi, Cecil Lammy. Hi, Gage Madrid. How are you? How you feeling, man? Feeling good? You should be feeling good. It's Broncos team kicking ass, double live Gonzo, and it was absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. By the way, Gage said, heard your comments today about the Saints being sellers. Demario Davis is someone who piques my interest. Yeah. It's maybe a bit surprising after a win. They had their first win with the quarterback they've drafted since 1998. Tell me who that quarterback was, and you'll get a special thumbs up from me. Bing. So it's interesting after a win that it would be put out there that they're sellers. We could already have guessed that they were sellers, so it's not like I'm breaking news. Like, breaking news, the Saints are actually going to be sellers. Breaking news, the Saints are mostly garbage, but some of the good stuff they might be getting rid of. So that's that. We'll have to look up DeMario's contract and see what goes down there. Trey says, sucks that Powers will be out. Powers gone for 4 weeks of injured reserve. And that's the news of the day with Ben Powers. Its Broncos offensive line has been fantastic. And Ben Powers, while a rough patch at times this season, I thought Ben has really rounded out and had better games when they emphasize running the ball, because that's what he does. He's a road grader, everybody. Hey, that road grader is not real good when we're not road grading. I don't go drive NASCAR in a road grader. I grade roads in a road grader. And that's what Ben Powers is. So without him, we'll see what the Broncos do from here on out. What did you learn about this Broncos team? Roy says, let them hate Cease. Yeah, exactly. At this point, they're only making asses out of themselves. The more they go on and on about their Broncos can't play big boy football and Bo Nix sucks and all that, just let them. Don't even let it trigger you. Trigger warning, Broncos country. Don't let it trigger you. Just know that dumb stuff's going to be said by those who are less informed. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. I don't get mad at trolls. It's a little annoying, but, you know, that's what trolls do. So there's ignorance and there's nescience. Ignorance is when the facts are right in front of you and you just ignore them. That's ignorance. Nescience is when you don't know the facts. They have not been made available to you, and you have a terrible opinion. The people that have terrible opinions on Bo Nix and the Broncos aren't nescient. They're just ignorant. So let Bo's play do the talking, right? That's what the Broncos should be doing here going forward. It is orange and blue today. Appreciate y'all in the chat room there as we talk about the Denver Broncos. What's the latest on JFM? When he came back in the game, dang it. You'll be fine. Yeah, Sharon, you'll be all right. Just to, dig it in a little bit more. You'll be fine. You'll be all right. Same thing. I hate Bo Nix. You'll be okay. Bo's going to be just fine, everybody. Just fine. Where'd that comment go about JFM? Sorry. I just lost a comment. Oh, here it is. Carlos. Hi, Carlos. He says, what's the latest on Franklin Myers? It's Monday. We won't know until Wednesday. Came back into the game, though. So we'll see about that there. Gage says, DeMario has plenty in the tank for the rest of the season. Gage, I sniff a Broncos Syndicate video coming up on this very topic, right? Could the Broncos make one huge move for this guy? Anyway, Gage, appreciate you, brother. Doing good work. Keep it up there. on Broncos Syndicate there as well. It is orange and blue today, and finally got some Engram magic. That's right. Green Street Hooligans. Was that the name of the movie? I think it was a pretty good movie, but anyway. So just appreciate everyone out there for jumping in the chat room. Tell all my buddies in the chat room, give them that big old heart. Yep. Said video has already happened. LOL. Okay, Gage, I just got home, so I'll start looking at YouTube. Anyway, it was nice to see. Ignacio says nice to see Barron making plays. Yeah, again, just like with Bo and all these young players, just give them time. If it was year 3 of Barron and he was kind of ghosty a little bit, I'd be like, okay, what's going on? He's a rookie. You know, it's just going to take some time there as well. That is a wrap for today's program. Certainly appreciate everyone for watching. Again, Mase going to London on assignment, and we'll check in with him as much as we possibly can. I want to thank everyone out there for helping out Orange and Blue today and our Denver Sports YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you never miss a vid. And we appreciate you very much. For Andrew Mason, I am Cecil Lammy saying thanks for watching. OBT is a BFD. Stay tuned, and would you please stay frosty?
For over 20 years, my family, like so many of you, has proudly been part of Broncos country.
Every season, we feel the energy, passion, and commitment that defines this team.
And now we are honored to be the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos.
Ramos Law. What makes us different